Delco GM convention thing, and here's Steve Booker.
First off, I thought we'd have some introductions of the Cal State people, so you guys are up. So Ralph, why don't you start, introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name's Ralph Schmidicke. I've been with Cal State Auto Parts just a little over 2 years. Prior to that, I was an AC medical representative in support of Cal State Auto.
Vince Santana, been with Cal State for 16 years now.
Oscar Maena, been with Cal State for 16 years also.
I'm Tom Schaefer. I've been with Cal State for 28 years. So, yeah.
Cal State Al. I've been there for 30 something years. 34.
Hey, Bill!
Doug Hale with Cal State Onwards.
How many years, Doug?
44, 45.
Tim Zimmerman with Cal State for 32 years, and a jack of all trades, a master of none. I do whatever has to be done for the company.
We got Ricky Sanchez, been with Cal State for 41 years.
41 years? How much did we pay you when you started?
$2.10 an hour.
Oh, you were overpaid.
And we still mix paint out of paint.
That's why your hair's great, right?
You got a raise yet?
Yeah.
210.
215 now.
215. Who's next?
Yep.
We done?
That's done.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay, well this is moving right along. The battery drivers couldn't make it. They have to work. So both Nestor and Mike that you guys have to deal with, they're not here today, so I wanted to acknowledge them. I wanted to acknowledge years of service. Obviously these guys are the ones that they really handle all my mistakes, and I make plenty of them, so these guys correct me, and so it's nice to have people that loyal to us. Bill Barty's here. I know that's confusing a lot of people.
Me included. Now, black hat or white hat, Bill? Why are you here, black hat?
One of the primary reasons he's here is he's here to bear witness, kind of like Paul did as an apostle, to our guest speaker. So that's one of the reasons you're here. You're kind of a witness. It's hard to compare you with a biblical. So we have kind of resurrected our guest speaker today. Resurrected our guest speaker and staying with the biblical theme. And so,
There we go.
So, there is only one person's name on the Super Bowl trophy. And here is Vince Lombardi.
Wow.
I just want to thank Steve because he dug deep and he found me and brought me here from Green Bay. So it's good to be back. Okay, everybody up. Okay, let's stretch it out. Right?
Right?
Everybody else is right. To the left. In the middle. That feels good, doesn't it? Yeah. Please stay standing. Gentlemen, we're going to relentlessly chase perfection, knowing full well we'll never catch it, because nothing is perfect. But we are going to relentlessly chase it, because in the process, we will catch excellence. And I'm not remotely interested in being just good. Now, somewhere deep down inside of you, there's a burning desire to excel. And if you don't believe that, then pack your bags and get the hell out of here. Please sit. Hello. I'm sorry, ladies, I didn't recognize you. Ladies and gentlemen. I'm Coach Vince Lombardi of the Green Bay Packers. And I want to thank you for allowing me to speak to you today. I have been in football my whole life. I don't feel qualified to be part of anything else. But football is more than a great game. It is a symbol of this country's great attributes, namely courage, stamina, and coordinated efficiency. It is a Spartan game. And I mean by that it requires Spartan-like qualities to play. And I'm speaking of the Spartan qualities of sacrifice and self-denial, rather than that other Spartan quality of leaving the weak to die. It demands that a man's personal commitment must be to excellence and to victory. Yet victory can never be completely won. It still must be pursued, still must be wooed with all of one's might. The quality of life is a full measure of your personal commitment to excellence and to victory, whether it be to football, whether it be to government, or whether it be to business. I think we fail miserably in our obligation unless we preserve what has always been an American zeal, and that is to be first, regardless of what we do, and to win, and to win, and to win.
Yes.
This is some of what I said at the beautiful Vista Hotel, February 10th, 1969, my retirement speech from the Green Bay Packers. It comes out of a lifetime of struggle. I was raised on the mean streets of Brooklyn by a father who was rough on me. I wasn't blessed with an athletic body, yet I ended up as a member of college football's famous Fordham Hall, the 7 blocks of granite. I'm not handsome, but not too handsome. Did I catch and marry Marie, the girl of my dreams? I battled anti-Italian prejudice. I'm called a guinea and a whopper. And I don't get my first head coaching job till the age of 46. I inherited a team which a year earlier had finished with 1 win, 10 losses, and 1 tie. We go 7-5 our first year together. I'm voted NFL Coach of the Year. Imagine, for a 7-5 record. We won 6 Western Conference championships, 5 NFL titles, including victories in the first 2 Super Bowls before I retired. Not bad, huh? For a guy who Alex Karras once called. Well, you know what? I'm going to let one of my former players tell you the story. Mr. Willie Davis. Hot dog! You're really something, Mr. Davis. Really you are. I wasn't doing my job. I know Coach Lombardi likes to scream and yell a lot. If you ask me, it's just his way of releasing tension. I'll never forget that. Alex Karras stood up, and he yelled at Coach Lombardi as we were heading towards the locker room. Hey! We were down 21-3 at the time. Hey! How do you like that, you fat wop? Players on both sides just freeze. I know what they did to me. Karras is about 70 pounds and a half a foot on Coach Lombardi. And we're all scared for that big, stupid boy. Coach Lombardi doesn't say anything, not a thing. Hesitates a moment, walks into the dressing room. At halftime, Coach Lombardi just goes about his work. Before we come out for the second half, Coach Lombardi stands up. Gentlemen, we are the Green Bay Packers. The Packers have pride. This fat wop is going to go in the back. Mr. Karras is going to lose some ugly weight too when he had to hand his head to him in a handbasket. Bible score, Lions 31, Packers 31. Shoot, we were just doing our job. Karras never called me a fat wop again. Against all odds, little Vincenzo Tommaso Lombardi made it big. And I did it by following the principle of leadership, sacrifice, and commitment. necessary to win in any field, any sport, any endeavor. The identical process you can follow right now to achieve even greater success in your life and your business. I have been in football my whole life. I don't feel qualified to be part of anything else. But football is more than a great game. It is a symbol of this country's great attributes, namely courage, stamina, and coordinated efficiency. Let's examine courage. Courage, like bravery, is not an absence of fear. We all have fear. It's okay to have fear. It's what drives you. Fear of failure. Fear of long-term commitment. Fear of taking chances. Fear of losing everything you have. Yes, even me, Coach Lombardi, has fear. Reasonable, sensible, yet still based in fear. How about me, Coach Lombardi, and fear? Doesn't seem to go together. Well, let's go back to 1969. Day of the game. 16 below zero. Hot dog. Packer weather. The game is frozen in memory. It goes on to be known as the Ice Bowl. Bart Starr leads our team 68 yards with the clock running out. He calls our last time out. 3rd and goal at the 1-yard line. What do you think, Bart? Should we kick the field goal, tie the game, send it into overtime? You can sneak it in yourself. The Bears can't get their footing on the ice, so we can kick the field goal, tie the game, send the game into overtime. You can feel your way behind Bowman and Kramer. Well, we can kick the field goal, tie the game. Go ahead, Bart. Run the player. Let's get the hell out of here. Hot dog! Next question. Did we discuss kicking the field goal and sending the game into overtime? Never even considered it. Yes, Starr called the play the whole way. You got to give credit where credit is due. Let me say something about our quarterback, Brian Bartlett Starr. Very early on, I decided to be the only player I wouldn't yell at. And believe me, that's hard, even for me. But I never regret that position. Bart's quite a man, a perfectionist. I've never seen him display emotion outside of nervousness. Seems shy. He's just a gentleman. And a winner. When we acquired veteran quarterback Steve Burkowski from the LA Rams, you know who went to the airport to pick him up and proceed to teach him our whole system? Bart Starr. Would you do that for somebody who's competing for your job? So you see, even me, we all live with fear. But courage is not about what you feel. It's about what you do about what you feel. You may be afraid to do what you know is right, but you must do it anyway, with every ounce of fiber in your body. Now, hard work comes with steep demands. Stamina, showing up for work every day, forcing your body to wake up far earlier than you want to. I know it's not easy to get up, particularly in Baldy, California. It brings us to the simple, yet crucial concept of being on time. How many of you here, by a show of hands, are almost always on time? Now, if you're supposed to be at your desk or at your truck or at your office at 8 a.m., how many of you here are there every day at 8 a.m.? No. What was it said? Oh. Now, if you're supposed to be at your desk at 8 a.m., how many of you here are there at 7:45 a.m.? So when 8 a.m. rolls around, you're ready to roll. Now, I believe that a player who is not on time will not run his route rights. He'll miss his blocking assignments. He'll shank a big kick. He'll blow a short tackle. He'll be sloppy. The Green Bay Packers will not be sloppy. So from this moment forward, that means on time, not a minute late, not 10 seconds late, and certainly, Mr. Max McGee, not late for curfew every night. Late for curfew? Geez, coach me. Pretty soon on time becomes 15 minutes early, and that becomes Lombardi time. To think he was worried he hadn't captured us. He captures us. He tortures us. In practice, if you drop a pass, you got to run aloud. Then up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down the stadium steps. Dave Hog Hanna collapses 3 times in practice and is taken to St. Vincent's Hospital. Pretty soon he's back on St. Vincent's practice field. One day when the coach's wife, Marie, attends practice, He sidles up to him and says, your husband's gonna kill me. Her reply was, you ought to try living with him. I've always played this game for fun. So a good rule to follow is that 15 minutes early is on time. I remember during our first exhibition season, I walked past Jimmy Taylor's room and he's sitting on his bed, 10 o'clock curfew. I said, Mr. That'll cost you $25. He said, but coach, I'm on my bed. Yes, and curfew means in your bed with lights out. Now, I don't want to say that Jimmy Taylor's cheap. For $25, I never had to tell him again. So stamina requires putting in the hours, often far more than required to do the job right. Now, football is a rough game, and if a player is injured, he should play, as long as the injury cannot cause permanent damage. Ask anybody who's ever played for me. Ask Jerry Kramer. Jerry! Vince Lombardi has a high threshold of pain. None of our injuries hurt him. So stamina requires putting in the time, often far more than required, to do the job right. The next step is coordinated efficiency. All of you have teams, a team for which you play, and a team that plays for you. The Green Bay Packer players play for me. I play for the Green Bay Packer organization. So the first step to coordinated efficiency is teamwork. Today's prevailing sentiment is if you don't like the rule, break it. Freedom has been idealized against order. Maybe we have so long ridiculed authority in the family, discipline in education, decency in conduct, and law in the state, that freedom that we fought so hard for it brought us close to chaos. And it could be that our leaders no longer understand the relationship between themselves and the people they lead. That is to say, most shout to be independent, at the same time wish to be dependent. Now, most shout to assert themselves, at the same time wish to be told what to do. So it is this balance between being a leader and a follower, which seems most appropriate. Now remember this, even the most independent of players needs and wants to be told what to do. The next step is to make sure you have the right players to execute your game plan. Often when you step into a new situation, you might find a losing attitude. Like I said, the year before I got to Green Bay, they had finished with a record of 1 win, 10 losses, and 1 tie. They had finished last so many times, they had a lot of top-round territorial draft choices, players like Paul Hornung and Jimmy Taylor and Jerry Kramer. But I needed to make the team my own. So we got rid of some good players, acquired others like Willie Davis from the Cleveland Browns and Fuzzy Thurston from the Baltimore Colts. One key talent who wanted to be traded was our all-pro center, Jimmy Ringler. But I talked him out of it. I told him, Jim, if you stay here, we're going to win, even if it costs you your job. So remember that the first step to coordinated efficiency is teamwork. Now, once you have assembled